Every day, UFOs are spotted in skies all over the world. But of all the planets in the known galaxy, why have they come to Earth? What do the aliens want? Many would like to believe they are here to make peaceful contact, but some experts are convinced they have come on a much darker mission. Earth is rich in natural resources, such as water and minerals. If that's what brought Europeans to the Americas, it may also be what attracts an alien race. Are aliens here to seize Earth's riches? And how far does their mission go? Join us as we investigate a possible alien plot to plunder the Earth's natural resources on Unsealed, Alien Files. A global effort has begun. Secret files hidden from the public for decades, detailing every UFO account, are now available to the public. We are about to uncover the truth behind these classified documents. Find out what the government doesn't want you to know. Unsealed, Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. The Zhuquan Satellite Launch Center in Mongolia, June 16th, 2012. The Chinese Space Agency launches its first woman astronaut into orbit. But the Earth's orbit is by now a well-worn path. So China has announced much bigger ambitions for its space program, intending to launch a manned mission to the moon by the year 2020. Some space experts believe the nation intends to establish permanent mining operations on Earth's natural satellite. But many in the UFO community fear that when the Chinese land, they will quickly find others have already claimed the moon's riches for their own.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
1961, President John F. Kennedy declares America's intention to send a man to the moon. On the surface, it's a bold political move to keep pace with the Soviet Union in the space race. But according to some, behind closed doors, the United States was quietly engaged in a second race with another rival, one infinitely more powerful than the Soviets.
From the early 1950s, national security people in the United States were aware that there were alien bases on the moon. Part of the space race's goals was to basically get up to the moon to be able to find out exactly what was up there and to find out what kind of technology capabilities existed.
But why would extraterrestrials establish a base on a small, lifeless world with the Earth so close? The moon is bursting with unguarded mineral riches for the taking, but locked within its rocks and sand is an invisible substance that could soon change life on Earth forever. Helium-3 is a byproduct of the massive nuclear fusion reaction that we know as the burning of the sun. The invisible substance is released into space, where it is scattered by solar winds across our planetary neighborhood. The Earth's atmosphere prevents helium-3 from reaching its surface, but the moon has no atmosphere. For billions of years, its surface has been bombarded by a constant stream of helium-3. Many scientists believe the mysterious substance could one day be used in nuclear fusion reactors to produce virtually limitless amounts of clean energy, unlike the fission reactors of today. They also believe fusion reactors fueled by helium-3 will one day power our journeys to the stars. The question is, have extraterrestrials already perfected this interstellar technology? And if they have, does that make the moon a prime location for an alien mine? Unsealed case file, the missing moon tapes. The Apollo 11 mission that fulfilled Kennedy's dream was captured on video and broadcast across the world. But for 2 minutes, that transmission failed.
During Neil Armstrong's transmission back to Earth, there's a missing 2 minutes in that, and people have speculated as to what is in those 2 minutes. Now, there has been some unofficial radio communications that have been circulated saying that they saw 2 UFOs flying over a crater along with other structures that they saw on the moon.
NASA blamed the transmission on an overheated camera. NASA engineers made backup copies of the mission tapes. But in a 2009 report, the agency admitted that mysteriously, they never saw the backup tapes again. Did Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin catch a glimpse of an alien mine? Are extraterrestrials using the moon as an interstellar fueling station? And will our eventual return to the moon spark an interplanetary war for control of its helium-3? Coming up, aliens target the ultimate source of power on planet Earth. This is Unsealed, Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed, Alien Files. Many experts fear that aliens have come to Earth to plunder its natural resources. Evidence has revealed they may be mining the moon for helium-3 to fuel their interstellar spacecraft. But according to other reports, their quest for power doesn't stop at the moon. Karnes City, Texas, 1971. The night shift is underway deep inside Conoco's open-pit uranium mine. Suddenly, a blinding light appears over the pit, accompanied by a high-pitched hissing noise. Minutes pass, and the light dims enough for witnesses to make out its source: a massive UFO. It rises slowly and then speeds out of sight. At first, no one believes the 6 eyewitnesses. But soon after, it is discovered that all of the uranium ore within a 250-foot radius of the sighting has been transformed into a white, chalky substance and robbed of its radioactive properties. Why did the Karnes City UFO target a uranium mine? What did the white light do to the uranium deposits to neutralize their radioactivity? Was it absorbed for fuel? The Karnes City incident is not the first time aliens have taken interest in Earth's radioactive materials. 4 years earlier, another incident would strike at the very heart of America's national security. Unsealed case file: the Malmstrom missile incident. 1967, Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. The installation is home to a fleet of intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's part of America's nuclear defense against the Soviet Union. The weapons are armed and ready to launch at a moment's notice. Captain Robert Salas was on duty the morning of March 16th. He gave his eyewitness account of the events of that day at the 2013 citizen hearing on disclosure.
We were on duty inside the Oscar Launch Control Center, a concrete capsule located about 60 feet underground. We had operational control over 10 Minuteman nuclear missiles. It is important for you to note that the command and control for these missiles was entirely located within the capsule. There was absolutely no means to affect any of the missile systems from outside the capsule.
2 guards see a shooting star moving in a bizarre zigzag pattern across the sky. Seconds later, another appears. The 2 men watch in disbelief as the stars begin speeding toward the base. Alarmed, they contact Captain Salas. What they see next makes their blood run cold.
There was a large oval-shaped object hovering above the front gate. It was a red, pulsating, lighted object, approximately 30-40 feet in diameter.
Salas's mind is racing. What is the craft hovering above the base? Is it a new Soviet weapon? Just then, he witnesses the seemingly impossible.
As I started to inform my commander, our missiles began to shut down. We lost alert status on all 10 missiles while this object was above our facility.
Salas fears the worst. Is this happening at other missile bases? Is America now defenseless? But then, just as suddenly as the UFO appeared, it disappears into the distance. The ensuing military investigation will raise more questions than answers. A declassified report on the incident states that rumors of unidentified flying objects around the area were disproven, an assertion refuted by Salas. But it also states there were no unusual discrepancies in the missile control circuits. According to the report, the system shut down for no reason whatsoever. How could 10 of the deadliest weapons in the world be deactivated for no apparent reason?
It was announced that there was a computer glitch. Now, I'm very worried about that. I'm not sure I believe that, but we do have witnesses that have come forward, both civilian and Air Force, that said they saw an object in the sky at the time of the shutdowns. This is still being investigated, but these incidents are still going on.
Solace believes the danger is real and very possibly beyond our control.
These objects know in great detail how our missiles operate. They can shut down our missiles at any time. They have proven that. If you release that information to the public, what do you say then about, what kind of defense do we have against these things?
What brought UFOs to an American nuclear missile base and later a Texas uranium mine, where it sapped the mineral's radioactivity? Are the two events connected? Did extraterrestrials discover the power of uranium at Malmstrom, only to later devise a means of using it for their own purposes? Have the Earth's uranium deposits become a ready source of energy for UFOs? And what else do they want? Coming up, we investigate the disturbing possibility that aliens are here to seize the rarest resource in the galaxy. This is Unsealed, Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed, Alien Files. Evidence has revealed that aliens may be here to plunder our most precious natural resources. The Earth is rich in oxygen and liquid water, scarcely occurring elsewhere in the solar system or the rest of the known universe. But the Earth is home to something even more rare. According to some experts, it may in fact be the most precious resource in the galaxy. 1961. Frank Drake is a radio astronomer scanning the galaxy for signals that might indicate an intelligent civilization. He devises an equation to estimate the number of civilizations existing throughout the Milky Way galaxy. The equation takes into account 7 factors, including the number of stars that have planets, the number of planets that support intelligent life, and chillingly, the length of time an intelligent civilization lasts before it is destroyed by natural causes or destroys itself. It's known as Drake's equation. In 1980, renowned astronomer Carl Sagan used Drake's equation to estimate there may be as few as 10 technologically advanced civilizations in the Milky Way at any given time. Given the estimated 300 billion star systems in the Milky Way, spread out over 100,000 light years, that would make intelligent life by far the scarcest natural resource in the galaxy, and perhaps even the universe. Civilizations cannot survive without a collective intelligence that is constantly growing and evolving. Is it possible that aliens have come to Earth to harvest human intelligence, to add to their own? Unsealed case file. Ted Davenport. Alamogordo, New Mexico, 1975. 16-year-old Ted Davenport sets out on an ill-advised solo backpacking trip into the mountains. He feels compelled to do so by an indescribable force. Along the way, Davenport has a constant feeling that he is being watched. At night, he feels compelled to leave his tent. Outside, he is astonished to see a group of small, humanoid beings. He then blacks out. The next morning, Davenport awakens beside his smoldering campfire with no recollection of the night before. He has a painful headache and an odd knot on his skull next to his left ear, but is otherwise in good condition. 5 years later, Davenport is in the Navy. He is badly injured on duty and sent for emergency medical treatment. An MRI reveals a strange metallic implant in his brain. Davenport claims to have been abducted multiple times since the implant's discovery. Doctors will refuse to remove it, despite many opportunities to do so. Davenport claims that aliens use the implant to control not only his brain, but the brains of the doctors who treat him as well. A further scan in 2001 reveals the implant still present. Ted Davenport is just one of hundreds of reported abductees who claim to have had their brains operated on by aliens. And some surgeries are more invasive than others.
Many abductees will say that they put something up the nose with an instrument, and they always describe this cracking sound that they hear. Well, if you look up the nasal cavity to the base of the brain, and there's a bone called the ethmoid, and there's two thin little plates. Those are called the ethmoid plates. And if you puncture one of those plates, you're right at the base of the brain.
Why are aliens placing implants in human brains? Are they attempting to scan our brains to study what we know to add to their body of knowledge? Or are they here for samples of the brain itself to be integrated into their own physiology? And could there be something even more sinister at work? Every year, thousands go missing without a trace. Could some be victims of alien abduction? And if so, what is their fate? Are their brains being harvested to ensure the survival of an alien race? Is the Earth an intelligence farm for beings from another world? Coming up, the final terrifying revelation that the human harvest may have been happening for longer than we could ever imagine. This is Unsealed Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth. Welcome back to Unsealed Alien Files. The time to act is now. Tell us your story. Get involved in the fight to unseal the truth now. Are aliens harvesting human intelligence? And if they are, how long has this been happening?
We rise and we fall. You know, this civilization seems to be about 12,000 years old, but there are older civilizations that have left things behind. You have to consider the possibility that this is not the first time we've been on this planet.
Many experts believe that aliens helped plant the seeds of our current civilization. Is it possible they did so in order to harvest humans in the future? And is the present downfall of planet Earth a warning sign that it's about to happen again? This is Unsealed Alien Files, exposing the biggest secret on planet Earth.